You happened upon podcast episode 121 on the Elevate Construction Podcast. Do you want to begin your journey with Lean now? Let's do this.
This is the Elevate Construction Podcast, delivering remarkable content for workers, leaders, and companies in construction wanting to take their next step. Get ready to step out of your comfort zone with Jason Schroeder as he encourages you to do better, live a remarkable life, and expect more. Let's go.
Welcome to the Elevate Construction Podcast. I've been implementing Paul Akers systems lately, and I am super excited about 3S and 5S, and we'll talk to you all about what those are right now. If you use these systems, you can identify problems and then make incremental steps to fixing them and begin your lean journey, your lean culture. And it drives cleanliness, it drives organization, it gives you more remarkable environments, and it's a way of thinking. You are going to love it today. So to start out, here are some things that I've been excited about lately. I've been reading a book called Calumet K, and that's Calumet and then K. And so it's called Calumet K, and it's a book about an American builder. I don't know if I've talked to you about this before, but I just finished reading it this weekend. It was recommended to me by a project director. He said this was a fantastic book for superintendents to communicate a style of urgency. The book is fantastic, and I'm going to record this thing in audio and start actually posting these chapter at a time as a bonus podcast for you all so that you can start listening to it. It's really, really good. It's good content. So really excited about that. That will be coming up. Look for that coming up. Also, we got another bit of feedback. I absolutely love the feedback, and I've been getting good feedback. So if you have feedback for improvement or hard feedback for me, just say, hey, my friend said you ought to do this. If you don't want me to know who it is or you're embarrassed or something like that, please just let me find a way to get me, even if it's anonymous somehow, find a way to get me feedback for improvement if you have it. Right now, I'm reading books about podcasting and listening to a podcast about podcasting that's helping me take the podcast to the next level so that I can get better content to you guys. But if you have actual feedback and continue giving me questions, please get those to me. Again, I want this to be your podcast. For the next couple of days, though, we'll continue to learn about lean topics. So I'm really excited about that. So here's our conflict for, I forgot to give you the feedback. So he said, amazing podcast. I wanted to say thank you for creating the podcast that you do. I love them. You are an amazing human. Keep it up. So first of all, I want to say very kind words. I really love that. And I just appreciate the feedback. I think that was nicely done. And I'm glad that you enjoyed the podcast. Wouldn't that be funny if I was typing these in the background and falsifying these things just to make myself look good? That I'm not doing that. I'm just thinking, how do you guys know this is actually coming from real people? Because I make it anonymous. But anyway, no, that was a great bit of feedback. These are real human beings, and I want to say thank you. So here's the conflict. 3S is needed everywhere, and it's the start of your lean journey. Some people don't believe that. That's why it's conflicting, because some people will say, oh, you don't need 3S and you don't need 5S, right away, because unless you know that you need it or there's a business reason why you need it, you may not need it. It's not the start. You shouldn't begin with this, but I'm saying you should. 3S is needed everywhere. 5S is needed everywhere. It is the beginning of your lean journey. So let me first of all just tell you what 3S is, but I'll start with 5S and then we will whittle it down. You may hear people speak of lean and 5S and wonder what it is. 5S is the fundamental building block of lean and where most manufacturing organizations start their lean journey, and I would say where I would start any department, any group's lean journey. In fact, I own a business now, and as that expands and I get more and more people working here, the standing orders for the folks that work at Elevate Construction will be, number 1, have fun. 2, 3S your area and make lean improvements every day in the morning. 3, huddle every day with your functional team. 4, take time to reflect. 5, care for your family. 6, make your work product magical. Just like Patton had standing tactics, standing orders for his army, for his military, those are my standing orders. And 3S made it into just a 6-item cut because it's so important. The 5S system comes from Toyota and is based on 5 elements that start with the letter S. In Japanese, it's Siri, Seton, Shiso, Sekitsu, and Shitsuki. Gratefully, these translate into 5 English words that start with S, roughly as sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. So let me give you a brief description here. Number 1, sort. Throw away everything that is not needed. Number 2, set in order or straighten. That means everything in its place, everything has a place. Number 3, shine. Clean and keep it clean. And that can be shine or sweep or wipe down. Standardize. Number 4, develop rules and expectations to maintain the first 3 S's. And number 5, sustain the process with discipline. Now, Paul Akers says, why don't you go ahead and take this down to 3S? Just throw away everything you don't need, put everything in its place, and keep it clean. Sort, set in order, and shine. Just keep those 3 and don't worry about all 5 and create your lean culture. And I happen to agree with him. So now that we know what 3S is, let me tell you a quick story. So a while ago, I had read Paul Akers' 2-second lean and tried to implement it within my family, and it didn't stick. The huddles didn't stick. The book didn't stick. It wasn't going well. And the closest I ever got was where recently we started reading the book again and doing huddles again. And we started with 3S, and we actually got some really cool lean videos out of it. In fact, I just forwarded on one today that my son did about cleaning his area in his truck and everything. And he did it to a neat drum beat with his brothers and sisters. I just forwarded that today to people where I work. And those videos came out of the habit of 3S'ing, and we've been pretty successful with huddles. And because we've been busy lately, we've stopped doing those. But as we get back to them, I'm not going to start with, hey, go make a lean improvement. I'm going to start with 3S, because the process of throwing things away, straightening, and cleaning makes you find waste. You find things that bug you. You find systems that don't work. You find wasted transportation. You find these things. And then after you 3S, when you find and identify the problems, then you can go fix what bugs you. And then you can go make lean improvements. And so that's been fantastic with me. So that's the way it works. If you're going to start your lean journey, you start with 3S, and then you'll find the things that bug you, and then you can go fix it. Because Paul Akers' system is learn the 8 wastes, teach that to everyone, whatever group you're in, whether you're a company or a leadership team or manufacturing plant or construction or your crew or your family or your business. Make incremental improvements once you have everyone learning the 8 wastes, and then they start a system of 3S'ing and huddling in the morning. Then they'll find things that bug them, and they'll be able to make 2-second lean improvements and then shoot before and after videos and show those daily in their huddle systems. That is the system. Once they know the wastes, then they 3S, they identify where the wastes are, then they make the improvements, then they shoot the videos, then they showcase the videos in the huddle systems in the morning. It's fantastic. This kind of culture is amazing. And the key is to first start with 3S or 5S. This is how you solve problems. This is how you solve problems with office teams, at home, at corporate, in departments, with crews in the 25-minute crew preparation huddle for the entire project. This is where you start. Now, why is 5S the fundamental building block of lean? Because until you have things in order, it can be difficult to see the waste in a process, the project site, or an organization. So basically, 5S is the foundational building block of lean. How does 5S apply to design? Well, how many times have you looked for electronic files because you have too many versions of the same document? The file nomenclature is not standardized, or the location of where these are filed is unknown. Also, and I'm referencing, again, the Lean Project Delivery book by David Umstattd and Dan Fauchier, they also say that you can use 3S or 5S with respect to building information modeling. Offices are not immune to clutter and associated waste, and they could use some 5S. In construction, 5S can obviously be used on the construction site, out at laid down areas, or actually in the building project or in the trailers or wherever we're going. They can be used in gang boxes. It can be used at cut stations. It can basically be used anywhere. Anywhere somebody interacts with their work, with their tools, with their equipment, they can utilize 3S and 5S systems. And I will say that there's a way to make this really fun. If you're doing a gang box, or if you're 5S'ing or 3S'ing your area, or you're doing it at home or your office or wherever, one of the funnest things that I've found is using lean foam. So let me go ahead and grab a piece right now. So I don't know if you can hear this lean foam on my microphone right here, but it's 2.5 inches thick. It's really easily cut, and it's laminated together with glue in layers so that when you cut shapes out of it. All you have to do is stick your finger in and pull out the layers, and it automatically kind of cuts the bottom, meaning it's not hard to cut things out. So if you have lean foam and you want to do this to, let's say, a kitchen drawer with silverware, or you want to do this with your drawer at work, or you want to do this with your conference room with your dry erase markers and your eraser, or your gang box, or your toolbox, or anything, and you shadow box and then cut out of this foam the shapes, you can place these things in there and then make sure that you have a really nice organized 3S or 5S area. You can also have little cleaning buckets for your 3S systems, little visual cards. There are ways to make this fun. So if you haven't started and you're not addicted to lean, there's two things you can do. One, go onto the Paul Akers website, YouTube channel, or the FastCap YouTube channel and website, and look at some of their 2-second lean improvement videos, or go onto their website and actually order some fun lean foam, lean knives, and some of their other products that can help you get organized. This is super fun. The reason I suggest this is because 3S can become a part of your office routines. They can become a part of your crew preparation huddles. They can become a part of your project operations. They can become a part of the culture of anything. In fact, right now we're implementing this with the survey and the scheduling departments with remarkable results. Because we're able to have a culture that's continuously improving and that's fun, that people really enjoy being a part of. Whereas the current condition is people just live amongst waste. In fact, I remember there was one time, one lady I was helping out through a church activity, and she was struggling. She had some mental and some physical problems, and she had like 35 cats in her house, and they would poop all over the place and pee all over her walls and everything, and she had clutter and cat hair and everything all over the place. And I was like, I thought to myself, I was being really nice, but I thought to myself, how could somebody live with dishes piled up and hoarding all of their stuff and 35 piles of cat poop and 35 cats and stuffy air and all of these things? And the answer is they get used to it. And that's what we do in construction. When we go up to a construction site and we go in the entryway and there's banana peels and Coke cans and 2x4s with nails sticking out of them, and there's problems all over the place, and the gang boxes are nasty. It's no different than having a bunch of cat poop everywhere in our carpet, stuck in our carpet, and like inhaling that stuff. The only difference is, well, actually there's no difference. The only difference is that we're in construction and she had a bunch of cats. What's similar is we've all just gotten used to it. And we tell people to find waste, but we don't start them out with a method to do so. And I just want to say, if you follow the 3S system and you really get to loving cleanliness and organization and the elimination of waste, then you can make it fun and really get out of the habit of just being used to cat poop all over the place. That's my example. Because people are not taking time right now to prepare daily. They're not taking time to plan their day. They might take their time to get a to-do list, but they don't take their time to 3S. People don't know the 8 wastes right now. People don't take time to fix issues. People don't take, before and after videos and share with their colleagues. They don't huddle and share and scale those concepts. And they don't have total participation. We don't have total participation, but we can if we get everybody headed in the direction of 3S, learning the 8 wastes, finding the things that are going wrong, fixing what bugs them, taking before and after videos, and then sharing those in huddles. Now, there's a process, there's a cultural consulting methodology with companies, with departments, with people, where you can implement this culture with people. You don't need it. You can just read his books. But there's a way to do this where you get your team reading 2-second lean and then incrementally starting a habit of 3Sing continuously. And then you start a habit of morning huddles. And then you start a habit of teaching the 8 wastes in those huddles. And then you start a habit of requesting ideas or fixing things that bug them before and after videos, where you have one person show up to that huddle, a different person, not everybody every day, but one person in the group show up to show their lean improvement video. And then that starts to scale. Everybody really gets on board with it. And then you start to build a remarkable continuous improvement culture. There's a way to do this. And so if you need help, please reach out, because I can help you. There's a number of people that can help you, or you can just get the book 2-second lean and go do it yourself. but 5S, whether you learn it at LCI or from Paul Akers or from a lean study group or from a book or anywhere, wherever it is, please learn about 3S. Please learn about 5S. It will change your life. I promise you. What would your life look like if everybody had total participation, 3S'ing their areas and making improvements every day? Not only would it be super clean and beautiful and fun to work at, but you would have efficient and beautiful systems because you've minimized the waste and you've gained back your time. On we go.
Please join us next time in elevating the entire construction experience for workers, leaders, and companies coast to coast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to share with your construction colleagues and help us spread the word by rating, subscribing, and leaving a review on your preferred podcast listening platform. We really appreciate it. We'll catch you next time on the Elevate Construction Podcast.